Breaking news in the NFL, Zach Wilson reportedly going to start for the Jets this Sunday against the Texans, according to The Athletic. The rookie quarterback has missed the past 4 games with a sprained PCL in his right knee. Meantime, the Jets have reportedly placed quarterbacks Joe Flacco and Mike White, who have started in Wilson's place, on the COVID list. Now, if they're not available Sunday against Houston, that would leave Wilson and Josh Johnson as the only active quarterbacks on the roster. Let's bring in our NFL insider, Jonathan Jones. Jets are at the Texans this week in a matchup of 2-win teams. I guess this begs the question, JJ, if not for the COVID statuses of Joe Flacco and Mike White, would Zach Wilson be starting?
I think he probably would. I think that this was a 2 to 4 week knee injury. We are now here at the 4-week mark. And frankly, the young guy has to get out there and get some reps. There's only so much of his rookie season that he really needs to be missing. And so I think that we would be in this situation where he would be starting, but obviously the New York Jets would much rather be in a position where they had a full complement of backups, because now they are going to be in the position where it will be Zach Wilson and Josh Johnson. As you mentioned, we're still trying to decipher who tested positive between Mike White and Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, an unvaccinated quarterback. Mike White believed to be vaccinated. So this could be a situation where Mike White had a breakthrough infection, and Joe Flacco, at being unvaccinated, sharing a quarterback's room, has been determined as a close contact. And so they both could be testing positive. But if Mike White is vaccinated, he could not be a close contact.
You saw those numbers, JJ. It's tough to put much of a positive spin on what we saw from Zach Wilson earlier this season. 1-5 as a starter before that knee injury. What specifically was the biggest issue for him in those 6 starts?
Gosh. The offensive line was bad. He was missing Jamison Crowder for the first little bit. And the offensive line has continued to be bad. They can't wait to play Laurent Duvernay-Tardif there and slide him in at one of the guard positions, probably right guard. The defense is not helping the offense, and so they're always behind the 8 ball. They have bad field position. They're normally working from a deficit, and so the defense is able to pin its ears back pretty early and rush the passer and force Zach Wilson into some bad throws. So it's a host of issues, right? Zach Wilson has really not looked good outside of 3 or 4 quarters in his rookie season, but he just has not had a lot to work with. The Davis signing at wide receiver has not panned out so far. Yeah, they've had injuries, but everybody has had injuries. Again, Jamison Crowder not being there until later on in the season didn't do him any favors. Him missing the first part of training camp didn't do him any favors, as the Jets played games with a slotted rookie contract as the number 2 overall pick. It didn't help matters that he didn't have a veteran quarterback in the room with him throughout his beginning months with the Jets, as he tried to figure out what it was like to be an NFL quarterback coming straight from BYU. So it's a real host of issues. It's personnel, it's mechanics, it's the people around him, it's the people in charge of putting people around him. The Jets are an abject mess right now.
It's a CBS receipt of issues for Zach Wilson and the Jets. Not many teams going to be underdogs against the Texans. The Jets are one of them as they go to Houston this week. Jonathan Jones with us here on CBS Sports HQ. Zach Wilson named the starter in that game. Check out Inside the NFL exclusively on Paramount Plus Tuesdays at 9:30 Eastern Time. So a new episode tonight. Ray Lewis, part of the gang this season. And Ray Lewis, now a member of our team here at CBS Sports HQ.